YouTube fam? So, been working on my guitar skills for a couple months now. Um, Started off with just getting back in. I have background in like playing when I was a teenager. My parents bought me a Squire, that starter pack, which was cool. Squire Strat with like a 5 watt Fender Frontman or something like that. It worked out great. I was just focused on like rhythm guitar mainly. I learned a lot of like Red Hot Chili Peppers, Nirvana. Those were my biggest influences at that time. Offspring, things like that. In the very beginning, and then I got introduced to the greatest band of all time, which is Led Zeppelin, when I was about maybe like a year and a half into playing guitar. My uncle Mark had actually watched or showed me The Song Remains the Same, which is live at Madison Square Garden in 1973, and it just completely blew my mind. From that point on, I always wanted to be a lead guitarist, but I never, ever did the proper steps to get there, like work on scales, things like that. I would just jam with friends playing easy songs, rhythm mainly, chords, like what is it, Californication lead, the Scar Tissue lead parts were simple. I Could Have Lied was a simple one. So those were things that I could play all the way through. And yeah, I got to a point in my life where, I hit a plateau. I wasn't really doing much. Least 12 years, maybe a little bit longer than that. And then I bought myself a Strat. I always played Strats growing up. I bought it like a Player 2, the Mexican Strat, which was really nice. It got me back into it. I was inspired to play again. Start it for some months, put it down for more months, and then pick it up for a week or two, and then put it down for months, and then year, two passes, and I'm like, oh, you know what? I'm not playing guitar because I don't have the guitar that I've always wanted to play, which is this one, Gibson Les Pauls. And I went to Guitar Center, traded in that Strat, bought a SG Standard 61 reissue because it was on sale for, I think it was like Guitarathon or something like that. And I have it for some time. And I kept like hearing like fret buzz when I'd play, and I didn't really appreciate that because I spent, even though it was on sale, I still spent a pretty penny on it. Gibsons aren't cheap. And I went back to Guitar Center and I was like, hey, could you take a look at this? Because I bought this, less than a month ago, and I hear some fret buzz, and it's kind of all the way up until about fret 9 where I can hear it. And the tech checked it out, and he's like, hey, this thing isn't broken, but it definitely needs some work. He's like, so it's like, it's gonna cost like some money. He's like, but given the fact that you just bought this thing, like maybe we could just exchange it for a new one. And I was like, oh, okay. So yeah, they give me a new one. And I have this SG for a couple of weeks, and I go back to Guitar Center. I think I was gonna buy like a variety pack of picks just to try some different ones out, because I would always use the Fender Cellulose, the mediums, and I just felt like maybe it just wasn't what I was looking for tone wise. So anyways, I go back to buy the variety pack of picks. While I was there, I saw this bad boy, Smokey. So this is the Tobacco Burst Les Paul 50s reissue, and I saw it on the wall, and it was Memorial Day weekend. And guess what? It was the same price I paid for the SG. So what do? I come home, I grab my SG, and I'm driving back to Guitar Center, and it was closed because the next day before going into work, I was at Guitar Center waiting at the door while they were opening, because I had to trade that thing in for the Tobacco Burst and get to work as soon as possible. And that's when I got this. So I've owned it for about a month now. And, like I said earlier, I always felt like I'd put the guitar down because I wasn't playing the guitar that I always really wanted. I just went for the more affordable ones. And I haven't gone a day without practicing. So I had like this beginner book that I played. It was like a Hal Leonard one when I first started back then, when I was a teenager or a preteen. And I had finished that book one. I had like book two as well, which went into like finger picking, bar chords, the major scale, the minor scale, and all that. And I completed that book, and then that was when I like moved on. Like I learned how to read tabs from there. I knew how to read music at that point in time. I was a musician since I was like 9 years old. I played trumpet in elementary school, trombone in middle school, trombone in high school, and in jazz band in high school I played the trombone as well. But yeah, back to my story. So I did that. So I bought a beginner book because I was like, you know what, I'm gonna restart because I know I have some pretty bad habits that I taught myself back then. Because I've been self-taught. I've never taken a guitar lesson once in my life. Watching YouTube videos. Marty Music is a big guy out there, and just recently got into like Jack Rouge. I think I should finish this book before I move on to another kind of, I guess you could say, program. Or maybe like another curriculum would work too. So yeah, I'm still working on it. It's really cool. It's taught me the major scale, the minor scale, the major, and just the minor pentatonic. I haven't gotten to the point where it's the major pentatonic yet, I don't think. But I just got to like arpeggios. There's also certain patterns that it taught me to practice in my time, which was like playing in thirds, playing in fourths, skipping, playing a 1-3 and then a 2-4. You know, kind of like those kind of things, moving up and down the scale in those patterns. And it's taught me how to put some things together and some phrasing. I really want to start getting into the blues. I've been trying to play like Albert King, but I just don't play the lead stuff, right? I'm learning these parts, but I'm not playing the whole thing, the whole songs entirely. But I'm having fun with it. I do my best to like stick to the curriculum, like the book, for some time, and then maybe like the next day or the next time I pick up the guitar, like maybe just work on learning another song, just so that I'm not like overwhelming myself, because I do feel myself feeling a little head fried after a whole hour and a half of just working on scales and working on these phrasings. I kind of get burnt out on it. But if I play songs afterwards, or if I split it up, like, hey, 45 minutes working on scales, doing this thing, like these patterns that it's teaching me, working with the metronome, and then I learn some songs, like, it's keeping me interested, because then I know, like, okay, I want to understand these songs so that I know once I finish this book, I know how to improvise over them.